While at the first glance you might see some shades of the Galaxy Note 3, we do find some subtle differences, and the ZOPO ZP999 does stand on its own design language. The gorgeous jet black display is pretty much all you're going to see on the front, and you do get capacitive buttons under the display. As you turn the device around, there's a 14-megapixel shooter with the LED flash there, with the ZOPO logo at the center and the 4G LTE logo at the bottom, etched into the smooth plastic back, along with the volume rocker on the left, and the camera shooter and power button on the right of the phone, positioned perfectly for those of you who need better ergonomics on the phone. The buttons land exactly where your fingers were and provides a nice experience. The sleek and elegant lines made the device very comfortable to hold, and though the 999 is at its thickness of 9.2mm thick, curved back resulting in a tapered edge. The dimensions of the phone are actually similar to the Galaxy S4, but not as wide as the Galaxy Note 3. ZOPO do have released two colors, white and black. We do have to admit that the ZP999 is certainly a great looking device. It got a 5.5 FHD IPS display, with a 1080p resolution resulting in a pixel density of 401 pixels per inch. You get the expected sharpness, and colors that are vivid and pop on this beautiful large display. Viewing angle is also a fantastic, allowing for 170 degrees of vision. The screen is an LTE low-temperature polysilicon LCD display that brings along TOO, a touch-on-lens technology that eliminates the display between the touch sensor and the actual display panel, and it is also significantly more shock-proof than the other screens due to their strong Gorilla Glass 3 underneath that hood. And we find ZOPO ZP999 in its fastest processing package currently available from MediaTek, which is a MT6595M processor backed by the IMG Rouge G6200 and 450 MHz GPU and 3 GB of RAM, which should make multitasking general performance an absolute breeze. When it comes to microSD expansion, there is available 46 GB option of expansion with already 32 GB of storage. You also get the full range of connectivity option, including 4G LTE support everywhere, NFC, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and of course GPS. Now I was able to test the speakers for a short amount of time, and the initial impressions were that the speakers really somewhat lacking in wireless on fidelity, but further testing of this will be done with our review unit. When it comes to the battery, you get a large and removable 2700 mAh battery. Should allow for more than 1 day of use, according to ZOPO. As we move on to the cameras, we found a 14-megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture and the LED flash, and this whole packaging promises to deliver amazing shots. More precise, distortion-free, and detailed by the 6 physical and construction. Now selfie, are you saying? You do get 5-megapixel distortion-free front-facing camera with a lens that allows for a wide-angle capture. You can see there are a number of different modes in applications and the camera optics. And finally, we make it to the software. We will see a pretty familiar face, which is actually his strong suit for the ZOPO ZP999.